So what would be an opening you'd recommend then from this side?
So but on move two, what I would have played is brought one of my knights out to either the darks for f6 or the lights for c6. Bringing the knights out is early is generally a very good strategy. Like you push a pawn, bring the knights, and then you put the bishops on the diagonals if you can.
Okay, so mainly to create pressure in the middle of the board, is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, you want to take the space in the middle of the board and get your king out of the center. Those are the two basic concepts that you want to really sort of remember and try to do every game.
Okay, then yeah, let's move one of those knights then. Let's
Knight. Just say knight. Just say knight, and I'll say knight.
Okay, that works. Are you winning? Yeah.
So
Takedown.
you made this video. Did you like do a lot of background research? Were you watching like my stream or other chess streams, or how did that all come about?
I watch your streams quite a bit, and then I saw in your chat one time when you were posting like Benjamin Feingold shit-talking clips. Then I went down this rabbit hole of gatekeeping. It was just a wild experience. Something I've never really seen before from the game community.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is that something you see a lot when you go to like these in-person tournaments? Is there a lot of like aggression or anything like that, or is it all pretty sportsmanlike?
I mean, I think the events that actually, can you tell me?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think it depends where you're at. Very high level players. Different because everyone has a very big respect for each other. Because when you've been playing the game for 15 or 20 years, like you know everybody, you know the hard work that's involved. But I think certainly like when you're starting out or when you're playing the kids tournaments, even it's not traditional elitism because kids of course are very young, they're like 7, 8, they don't know any better. It's just like I'm better than you. Like it's just very much in a good spirit. But I think certainly you do see it at some of the open tournaments where you have different sections. You have players who can range from total beginners to people up to grandmaster, and in those middle sections you also see it. It's not as severe, but you do see it. And I think that's a very individual game. So it's like when you win, it's like you pat yourself on the back, you're the greatest person in the world. But when you lose, of course, it goes the other way. And I think for that reason, it's just one of those things that's just kind of weird to see. But I guess it must be because it's individual.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Let's do knight.
Okay.
So I was also keeping up with all of the drama. I saw Ben Feingold blocked you. How'd that come about?
I honestly have no idea how that came about. Someone in my chat posted a link. I went to look at it. I've literally never talked to him on Twitter at all. Like no interaction, no like ad messages, no DMs. I don't even follow him. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but I really don't know.
I don't know either, man. We'll do bishop here.
So do you know what this is called when you move the bishop here behind the pawn?
No, I don't.
It's called a fianchetto. So actually, the white player's done the same thing when you put the bishop. When you put the bishop on a super long diagonal like this, it's called fianchetto with the bishop.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to do exactly what he did there with this castling.
Right. So actually, this is very much a model of opening setup. So you develop the bishop to get the king out in the middle of the board, and now you want to try to play the center of the board if you can.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, I guess I think in general with the whole thing, it's very kind of surprising because for me, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Gadmator. He does YouTube videos on chess. He's got a lot of followers, very popular. Does number analysis, but he's not a super strong chess player. So there are a lot of people who've said things about him over time, like why is he doing this analysis? He's not a top level chess player. He shouldn't be doing it. And so to me, it's very surprising because obviously I'm very opposed to that. I think like, anyone can do it. You're not doing it. There are people who enjoy it, and of course you're doing something right. And so like for me, like as someone who has been very successful as a chess player, it kind of took me aback that I'm also now getting the same sort of things thrown at me as well. I wasn't really expecting it.
Yeah, it's probably just the quarantine people walked in looking for shit to be mad about, to be honest. I see what they want to do.
Yeah, maybe it's that. I mean, I think in
Speaking of jealousy, how many people in the chess community were jealous with your cameo in that show? I'm blanking on the name, but that was some beautiful acting, Hikaru.
Billions. You know, it's funny actually. In the chess community, it's not so much jealousy. I was in it. A lot of chess people are focusing on the fact that they messed up the scene, and like in the scene, the guy makes 2 moves in a row because the editing was done poorly. So it's not really so much jealousy for that, I don't think. But thanks for liking the acting. I've actually I've heard of it. Some people like it. Some people say it's too robotic. It's been all across the board, really.
It had that old noir feel. I'd take rook.
With
I'd take with queen.
very good, yeah. And so this queen right now that you have, it's on this open file. So when you get queens or rooks that have where the whole line is open like this, it's very good to have a queen or a rook on a line like this.
Thanks for the gift sub, Brian. That was my thought process as well. Obviously thinking 10 steps ahead.
Okay, so
Can we do bishop?
and actually, sure, that's fine. Yeah, so you see this bishop here. This is also a pin, like the bishop with this knight here. If the knight ever moves from this light square, you'll take the queen. So this is like a very strong pin idea with the bishop here.
Perfect. All right, good.
Right, so I was going to ask actually a question related to chess. So like when you look back on when you said you grew up around you played against your grandfather, that's how you learned the game. I'm assuming it's a very nostalgic feel for it. Like it's obviously like I'm sure it was a long time ago for you. Like is that how you feel about it?
Yeah, but it was always like fun. It's not something I only play for nostalgia. Like the game was always fun. It was always just something like in the back of my head, like, well, I got nothing to do. I'll play some chess. I haven't done it in a while, but back through like high school and college. But yeah, it definitely does have that nostalgic flair to it, which is nice. I'd move the knight.
I'm trying to think of the right squares that you understand. So there's a clear idea next to it.
Thanks to Prime Panda.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I've really loved with chess is that a lot of the people I think who are getting back into the game, it's something they played when they were younger, so it's like one of those things they kind of forgot about, or they did it when they were younger, and it's just like that whole feel of something rediscovering, and I think why chess has been blowing up so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just finding it again has been like therapeutic for some people. So, what do you think of this idea? I'd move that pawn to e4 and then go for either the knight or
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. You could just say pawn, but I mean the whole idea is after. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Okay.
So what you see is there's
Thanks for the
right,
tier 1 set.
pin on the knight. On the knight square, there's a pin on the knight on the dark square too, because both bishops are targeting the queen and rook. So it's a very, very good move.
Perfect. Okay. So where'd you get your start, man? I'm a little foggy on the lore of Hikaru, the GM Rise. Can you give me a little background there?
Yeah, so sure. So basically the way I got into chess is through my stepfather, my brother. So my brother, well, let me go back to the beginning since I said stepfather. That kind of sounds a little bit random. Basically, I was born in Japan. Then my mom and my biological father got divorced when I was like one year old. My mom moved back to California with my older brother and I. And my brother actually took up chess out in the desert near LA, and he became the best player in his age category from about the time he was 6 to 10. But through becoming really good in California, he played in the National Chess Championships, which is for the best kids in the age group, so like first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and so forth.
Like
and it was through this field that my stepfather, who is a chess instructor in New York City, he's been teaching at a specific school, Hunter Elementary, since I think like 1970. I don't know, like 1975 or 78, whatever it is. But anyway, Hunter was one of the two chess players that has been known for their perspectives. There's Hunter and there's Dalton. It's like they're both like it would be like being the New York Yankees. Like all those classic tournaments, they tend to clean up in the they tend to clean up and win all the national titles. So through that, because my brother was the best in his age category, my stepfather and my mother met through my brother competing against these same kids that my stepfather was coaching, and so because of that, they eventually got married. My mom, my brother and I moved to New York, and then probably about a couple years after that is when I took up chess. I started playing it just because my brother and my stepfather were competing in tournaments nationally. They were playing tournaments like California, New York, just
I don't want to
everywhere,
interrupt.
everywhere around the U.S. And that's sort of how I got my start. So when I was 7 years old, I started playing the game, and I wasn't very good at first. The first, I want to say, half year, 6 months, 9 months, I lost most of my games. My parents
What do
actually,
you mean you won't? I feel like they'd be
stopped me
interrupting.
from playing chess. My brother was already very talented and good. And then after this long break, they decided, okay, well, you can play the tournaments, it'll be fun, get back into the game, and that's from there I just started moving really quickly.
Nice, man. So that's like a full history. So I do pawn.
Sure. Yeah.
It's definitely a lot more extensive than my fucking history with chess.
Right, but the thing that I would add to that is that, so my stepfather teaches chess professionally in a lot of schools in the greater New York area, and his start actually, like the thing that really motivates him is that he learned from his grandfather. So many times when I've spoken to him about whether it's streaming or just teaching chess in general, he always says how it was his grandfather who like inspired him to play chess in the first place as well. So there's always like that sort of special story that I think everybody has in relation to chess.
I getcha. So, when I said pawn right there, was that like a bad move? Because would it have been better to use bishop on the knight and take another knight as well?
If you had taken the light square knight, you would have actually won the knight on c3 or the rook down the whole diagonal. So that would have been a better move, but we're still doing fine.
Okay, then I do knight here.
Okay.
I just did tier 1.
But yeah, I've spent my whole life in chess, so I guess in some ways, like the stuff that's been going on, I've seen it in varying degrees throughout my life. But I think really for me, there's a big opportunity I think right now to sort of try and push chess in the right direction, especially for all the people who are getting into the game, where you can sort of try to move the needle and first of all make it more popular, but also try to get rid of some of these attitudes and increase viewership, increase sponsorship, just because it's kind of down the road.
Yeah, I think that's great. I still can't believe that there are people that even had an issue with it, man. That shit was baffling to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's unique to chess, but I think things are changing, though. I think it's great to see the fact that, or actually, let's go with the move first.
I do knight again.
Okay. Okay.
So the idea, so what I was thinking is I'd take, if it was me playing, I'd do take pawn on e3, to then take the queen and the bishop. Would that have been a bad move, or?
That actually, like, the logic behind the move is good. The only problem with that move is that the bishop guards the pawn. The dark square bishop would have captured the knight.
I get you. Okay.
So that's the reason it wasn't that's why it would have been a bad move. But yeah, fundamentally the idea is good.
Okay. I get you. I just wasn't thinking on the defensive side then. Okay.
Yeah, but still, it's pretty good. It's a good position. Okay, so now we lost the pawn.
Rook. Isakaru's delayed. Not by much. I imagine not by much. I'm not a grandmaster yet. We're on the come up.
So since I'm not super familiar, or actually a little familiar with
That's knight.
Okay, yeah, that's be a problem. But we'll keep going.
Yeah, I've backed us into a corner here.
Yeah, actually, I shouldn't have put the knight on the edge, because there's always some risk of knight getting trapped without trying to play.
No. This is my burden to bear. I fucked us here. I'd go bishop.
Okay. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous still, but we do have an idea with if this knight ever moves from light square, capturing this rook down on b1 here. So normally, like you'll see in this game, like what we've done has been pretty good at the start. Oh, this guy's killing us now.
He's really going in. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, you see the problem is the queen is in the top. This is the problem. So this is actually what we like to play. Yeah, it's because you want to just capture the pawn, right?
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Goodness me.
Yeah.
This guy's an animal.
Yeah, so
Bishop.
So actually, since I'm not super familiar with your channel, what sort of videos do you do?
Oh, all
Like,
kinds
is
of
it
shit.
on games or?
Yeah, it goes so games. Sometimes I'll review movies and shit. I do a lot of things with fleshlights and like sex toys. Not like actually, like fucking them or anything, but like using them for like trick shots and shit like that. So it's just like a wide variety of like different things all over the place.
Cool.
Thanks for the tier 1, sorry I didn't see that.
Okay. Guess we gotta come up with a move here.
Yeah. So I do queen.
Okay. Sorry, my cat's got a little bit of sleep here. Sorry, try not to laugh. They're going to sleep. So then do you play a lot of games?
Yeah, I definitely do a lot of games, but I like to do a lot of different things. I feel like for a lot of people that make stuff on the internet, they get burnt out just doing the same shit. Like you'll have 40,000 Let's Plays videos on like Happy Meals or something, and that's only fun for so long on.
Right, exactly.
So I've always liked to like constantly mix up the kind of content that I do.
So what should we play here?
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of feel similar. Like right now, I can do chess every day, and I've got a lot of competitions going on. But certainly, there are days when I want to take a break and do some variety. So I totally feel you, man.
King. Is that something you've been thinking about? Like playing? I know you mentioned Overwatch before. Are you thinking about playing some like other games and rising the ranks there?
Yeah. So it's well, I guess it's
Rook.
here. Yeah. So I think it's one thing that's very weird, and this might be specific. Okay. So that's one thing that's very weird, actually, and this might be just a perception specific. We're gonna lose the game, so I'll talk.
Yeah, I think we're fucked.
Yeah, totally. So one thing that's weird with chess, I think, is that for some reason there's this perception that if you're good at chess, you're a genius. Like you're just good at everything you do. Now I don't know why that is. Like I feel like with a lot of other games, that's not actually the case. Like XQC, great Overwatch player, but I don't think there's this expectation that he's going to be like the greatest player in the world at other games. But for some reason with chess, there's this attitude that if you're good at chess, you're going to be great at every single game that you play. So it's kind of a very strange. It's very strange. I have done some things like Valorant, and it's like everyone's like, oh, like you're the crosshair. It's like so bad. You're so bad at this game. It's like I feel like there's this general sense like people can't believe that I'm not great at every game that I do, and so that's one thing that kind of I've been very careful in what sort of games I play, because from time to time like it gets when your chat is just like really annoying you for not being great.
The backseat gamers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, but I feel like especially it's just there's an actual shock when I'm not great. It's like for some reason I don't know why, but chess does have this mystique that if you're very good at it, you should just be you should be a 5-head at everything you do.
Yeah, it's just that mysticism around the game itself, like throughout time. Like chess has always had like that huge prestige. Like even in anime, so like the fucking weebs will be in chat like, why the fuck isn't he good at everything? I saw Lelouch and Code Geass be the best in the world. He took over the world because he was good at chess. So then people just have that like crazy expectation. I guess for a move here,
Right.
just rook.
Sure. Yeah, that's actually that's a very good point. So that's why I've thought about it, but sometimes like especially the learning curve is really hard. Then sometimes I'll get around to stuff, but it's one of those things where I want to just play a game a little bit before just going in full.
Knight.
Sure. The other thing also is that I come from a very traditional like board games, I guess, a card game sort of background. So also like the whole FPS genre, to me it's just a lot different, 'cause I didn't grow up playing shooting you. So for example, there was a period when I was sort of semi-professional playing poker, and I also really loved the game backgammon as well. So because I come from that sort of background, it's a big shift going into some of these other games.
Yeah, those are good choices too. Rook. This might not be.
But again, they're so different that it's like one of those things.
This rook.
Actually, we can't move the rook. What happened here is white moves the bishop. This is a discovery, so we can't move the rook here.
Oh,
He has action under attack.
I see that. Yeah.
So the point is, the bishop attacks the king, but then we're gonna lose the rook on the next turn to attack and move the king. And so it's, you move a piece to discover an attack on one of the other pieces.
Damn, man. All right, yeah, king. I just
Yeah,
lost.
maybe we should just let's just resign this one.
Yeah, I think I lost you quite a few points on that one, man. I'm sorry about that.
It's unrated, so no worries. It's completely fine.
Oh, okay.
Actually, let's take a quick look at this game. So let me.
Thanks to the resub.
Word one second.
Forgot.
Or actually, no. I guess we'll play. Let's just play this game first.
In the
Okay.
tier 1 soccer.
So, pick a piece.
Yeah, pawn.
Pawn. Okay. Which one do you play? Do you push the pawn from the king or the queen?
I push from king.
Good. Yeah, so actually for the first 2 or 3 moves, you can tell me the move you want to play just so we get the sort of position that you want.
Okay, cool. So I don't remember it perfectly, but I guess you can tell me if I'm wrong. Is it pawn e5, then you do pawn e4, and then pawn d4, and then knight? Is that the typical progression for
So
the Latvian
typically
gambit?
that would be correct, but normally when you do that, that's when black mirrors you and pushes the pawn in front of the king. When black pushes the pawn in front of this bishop on the queen side, this is a different opening. You still try to play in the center, but you don't push the pawn first. Normally you would move a knight out.
Okay.
So this is a Sicilian defense.
Okay, then yeah, we'll do knight.
Okay. So if you weren't doing Twitch and YouTube, like being a content creator, what would you do?
Oh, I think about that a lot, man. I don't know how desperate I'd be. I guess it depends. Like, if I was really desperate, I wouldn't be above, sexual favors for money. So it's more just a matter of, like, what state would I be in if I didn't have those things? Like, where would the world be? And where would Charlie be in that world? But it is something I thought about.
Alright.
Pawn. Thanks for the resub, mahalo. Knight.
Okay, good.
Thanks for the resub, Ozzy.
At the start of the game in chess, there are many different opening strategies. So this is actually an opening that's been played many, many times. So do you see what black is threatening here?
I think so. He's gonna go for pawn, yeah.
Right. So is there maybe a piece that can protect the pawn?
Either a pawn or the bishop, right?
Sure. So which one do you want me to move?
Let's go bishop. Let's get wild.
Good. That's actually a good move. Just get the bishop, and then you're just developing these pieces in the central part of the board.
Thanks to the resub morning. Well, I am very good at chess. He's not wrong. Like, I've never been good at it. I've just played it a lot just because of the history.
Move this. Well, you pick the piece.
Knight.
Okay.
Pawn? I don't really see a whole ton of moves that I'd want to make.
This one?
It's chess, man. There's always going to be backseating. That comes with the territory. Fucking Hikaru gets backseat, and he is literally like the best in the world. Thanks for the resub, Kieran. Queen.
Okay. So now, normally when you play in the opening stage of the game, you want to get your pieces out. So one thing that I would say is normally you want to try and get your bishops and your knights off of their original squares and you're king out of so you can move the queen here, but normally you want to get your knights and your bishops and your king out of the center to start.
Okay, so then, alright, I get you, so then, yeah.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I'll play it anyway.
Okay. So which order would you recommend first then? Bishops over knights? Knights over bishops?
Normally when you push the pawns in
Thank
the
you,
center, you
Reset
push the pawns first, and you develop knights, and then you follow with the bishops.
Okay, cool.
So like even this game that we're playing right now, we got the knight out first, and then we got the bishop out after. So normally you want to get the knights out and then the bishop out.
So how do you feel about trading pieces early? Like if he's gonna take the knight with the bishop, is that something you let happen for better positioning?
Normally it's fine, but only because in some cases you let this exchange happen, you end up with two pawns in front of each other, you end up with pawns in this F2 and this F3 square, and normally when you have the pawns like this, where you have double pawns, one in front of the other, that's not a good pawn formation for that, so usually if you create them with the pieces, but not when you mess up where your pawns are.
Okay, so then in a case like this, it's better to just get the knight out.
If you put it on the right square, yes.
Okay, yeah, let's do knight.
Okay, so this is the move I'm going to play because now I can capture with the knight back. I don't have to capture with the pawn, so I
Okay.
keep the pawns on very, very good squares here.
Is this tucking? It's more advanced than that. Even more goes into it, if you can believe that. Don't let me be like the litmus test. I'm pretty fucking shit. But there was
So
back
you
in
think
my
if
heyday.
you'll play more chess, you've been watching all the streams, or have you been playing chess?
I'm definitely gonna play more. I mean, I believe I'm in the upcoming tournament. I've got to get ready to take home that fat 10K.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, sorry. I completely forgot that you're in it. Sorry.
No,
I think I would have brought that up. I completely forgot.
It's very forgettable, but I might just surprise the world. Don't worry.
No, it's not forgettable at all. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Thanks for the prime.
Yeah,
Jeff.
so of course you're going to be playing chess. Thank you.
I'm taking mental notes here, man. All of this is going to be coming into play on, I think it's the 17th. What is it?
It's around that. I think like I don't really want to talk about it too much on stream, but yeah, I think it's like you play a couple of games, and you play like 2 or 3 games, and there's a bracket breakdown. So it's structured for flexibility. They don't have to literally play every day.
Perfect, yeah. Well, I'll probably get all that practice in. I'll be like that fucking sweaty montage guy.
The reasoning is not that bad. You definitely need some work in the opening phase, but like what you're saying, like the general idea is like even the last one where you want the knight after the pawn or use the bishop was very good. So certain parts of it are it's just a matter of getting most of it as complete as you can in the period leading up to that.
Well, I appreciate that. So then a castle here.
Very good. On the bright side, I think there are a couple of people who are just learning, not learning the rules completely. Some people who are newer to the game than others. So it's going to be an interesting mix across the various range of the ratings of it. So
It should be fun for sure. Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah, I think it's really great to have something like this where it's like it's for the community. It's one of those things that really the community came up with. It started with FTC and really just all the streamers who are playing chess right now. It's amazing to see.
So how do you feel about pawn threatening bishop to get off that square?
Very good move. Yeah, normally when you have your king out of the center of the board, you very oftentimes want to push the pawn. You want to push the pawn to the right of your king up one square as long as you're supporting it, because it creates a space for your king to move up. So you know what a back rank is?
Yeah, isn't that where you get locked in between the 3 pawns and you just need a queen or a rook to get down there?
Exactly. Yeah. So by pushing this pawn right now, it's not really a threat. What it does is it gives you space for the king down the road much later on, where the king is not going to get stuck.
I'd go knight. Thanks for the prime dog food.
So is there any drama going on, like in video games or anything else? I mean, I know chess has been dominating a lot of the forums lately with the drama, but any other things going on right now?
There's always drama, my friend, and I like to stay well up to date. I'm like the Jessica Jones of like shitty internet drama. There's YouTubers going after it, Keemstar, not only themselves, but then the platform taking sides. It's like a weird civil war going on. It's wild. Yeah, it's a wild world online. Shit is wacky. I'd go Queen.
Sure.
And I actually believe there's even a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh drama. I was in the Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit for Duel Links the other day, studying some strats, and I was reading about people being upset about like the recent card bans and shit, and then people got into it. But that's just Reddit. I feel like on Reddit, everyone.
Yeah, this is true. That's kind of random. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess on Reddit there's drama everywhere. People feed off.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I think that whole platform is just like designed to reward the angriest people. That shit just gets super wild about like the most trivial matters, which is it's fun to watch from the outside, but being involved in it's probably pretty frustrating.
Right. Yeah, that's.
Are you pretty active?
Yeah, I mean, Sorry, what's that?
Are you pretty active on Reddit? Like, do you dabble in that cesspool?
I've ventured onto LSF a couple times the past couple of days just because of all the chess stuff. I don't generally go onto Reddit that often, but I've seen some of the stuff lately, and it's just like I look briefly and then I just try to close it as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Especially when it's stuff that involves you, it's very hard to actually read something.
Yeah, and some of it gets under your skin. I'd go Knight. I just got you might have to finish this one without me. I got logged out for
did you just get
inactivity.
disconnected?
Yeah.
Oh, so actually just click on play and click on live chat again. Okay, so you should be back. You should be back in a second.
This
Or
is
not,
just
you don't.
no.
Okay, so again, go to that bottom and type that command again.
So to avoid, yeah, I'm back in. So to avoid that, do I just like
Yeah,
click
so
on the
actually,
board or something?
I think you haven't actually like clicked on the window for the last like 25 minutes or something. So probably because of that, that's why.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 25 minutes. They're very lenient with that. I guess
Yeah,
I
after
really
this we'll
haven't
play a
touched
couple
that.
of quick games as well. So you
Which
won't
one's
see an
the-
ad, so you'll stay.
Not glorious.
Have you
Yeah.
actually, like, is chess.com a site you've used mainly? Do you use other chess sites, or when you've been looking at doing chess recently?
When I was younger, I did Spark Chess, but that was only because Miniclip kept recommending it on. So I used to do like Spark Chess games, and then going into. At least I think it's called Spark Chess. You used to have like little avatars that looked like Roblox characters or something. And then when I got to high school, I just went to chess.com, and that's when I made this account.
Oh, so it's some kind of yeah. Okay.
It's like really casual shit. I imagine like the oldest person on Spark Chess is like 14 years old. It wasn't like any hardcore stuff.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'll keep my
No,
eyes
I
peeled.
was asking, like, there are also other things that can be like, there's an opening function, there's like puzzles you can do, besides just playing off for the Twitch rival.
Yeah, I was checking that out. It looks like there's a lot more features that I remember being on here. I don't know if it's new or I just never saw it, but it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's, well, it depends when you were last on the site, but I would say certainly they've added a lot more. The puzzle function especially, I think it's probably in the last year or so that they've really added that, which didn't exist before. So it's a good way if you're trying to improve your vision, sort of do some puzzles. Okay, so
bringing the pawn up to protect the pawn be a good move, or would we want to look somewhere else? Is it worth it to protect that pawn?
I'll play the move anyway, but generally speaking, you don't really want to weaken. When you have the pawn 3 points in front of your king, normally you want to keep the pawn on f2 and g2 static. You don't really want to move them, and you just want to push the pawn to h3. Normally that's the formation you want around your king. Because very often when you push the pawn right in front of your king, it tends to weaken the squares around your king becomes more. Now In this case, it's fine, but generally speaking, you don't really want to do it.
Okay, I get you then. So what would have been the better move to play there? Just let him take the pawn and go for like a better position elsewhere on the board?
Actually, the best move, the best move here is sweet. I mean, it doesn't follow any of the rules, so the best move would have been to actually probably push the pawn on the very edge to e4, so you can follow it up with g3, removing the knight from the board. But that's extremely advanced. And what I probably would have recommended is just actually move the queen to e4, just to guard the pawn that way, as opposed to pushing the pawn. But again, that's very, very weird. And that's what makes chess very hard, is more often than not, it's a game where you learn all the rules, and then to become really good, you learn when to break them. What are the exceptions to what you're doing?
Okay, I get what you're saying. So then the knight's protecting that pawn there from the rook, so move queen. Play real chess? Is this not real chess? Duel him in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, my dojo.
But in general, before you get to that point, of course, the main thing you have to do is learn how to learn the rules, and then once you start improving, you start playing better because you understand the basics. That's when you start learning when to break the rules completely and do things that normally don't apply. And that's what separates like the grandmasters and the top players from, say, someone who's like just a master level player, which is 2,200 rating, because that's already very, very good, but they don't really understand the exceptions when you can break the rules as well.
Okay, so then a lot of players just get locked into playing like a formula instead of like branching out. I get you.
Exactly, yeah. Okay.
So is moving that pawn to the b3 or b4, is that like a good move here? Okay.
Well, why do you want to push the pawn? What's the idea?
To get the bishop out.
Right, exactly. And you can't move the knight, then you would lose the pawn that starts. So yeah, it's more about the reasoning behind the moves. Like, it's not so much about finding the perfect move, but as long as there's a sound reasoning behind the moves that you're playing, that should be the basis of like trying to come up with a reason for playing.
So what would you say is like, I know a lot of these gambits rely on like sacrificing pieces for better positioning. What do you feel about that? Like, do you think it's always like a better idea to stay more defensive or stay aggressive with like exchanging constantly?
Yeah, so one thing that's interesting about chess is since this is a switch, there are a lot of people who are like, when are there going to be updates to the game of chess? Because obviously, rules of chess have not changed for probably 600 years. Minor changes. Even the changes back then were very minor. So I think the thing though is that computers, the AIs, they're actually teaching us that a lot of the things that we thought were true are not true. Like, you can actually do things now where you push pawns on the sides of the board in a way that we never really thought was reasonable before. So that's sort of the general thought process. Still, most of the rules apply, but because of the AI, we're learning even at the top levels that there are things that are changing constantly.
Have you gotten the chance to play against Deep Blue, I think it's called? I'll add bishop for this.
Okay, sure. So Deep Blue, that's a weird story, because basically with Deep Blue, they programmed the machine to play against Garry Kasparov, the world champion, and it played the match, I believe it was 96 and 97, or 97 and 98, there were two matches, and it won the second one against Kasparov. Actually, let's be careful here. Can you come up with a move?
I do rook. Would have been better to move queen. Oh.
It would have been much better, yeah.
Oh, shit. I see.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Wow.
So this is another thing also why you don't want to open up the piece around your king, because for example, if we reached the position the pawn was back 2 squares, I think you would have seen the checkmate idea. You would have seen that there was something being attacked, but because the pawn was already advanced, you didn't see the idea.
I didn't see that at all. Yeah, well, I can definitely see why you'd like to at least keep pawns back there now. That didn't even register with me, that shit being wide open. Wow.
Right. Alright, so you want to play a couple games of Blitz?
Yeah, man, I'm up for it.
Sure, okay.
I think I've tanked your unrated MMR here enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't actually affect me, so it stays the same, but yeah. Still, though, in general, though, you're understanding the basics. I think it's just like realizing
Thanks for the resub.
Is very critical.
Why
The position that we got in this game was very hard to play because development moves that weren't natural. And I think when you're relatively new to the game of chess, you want to play moves that make sense, are very straightforward and very easy to understand. The ideas are very easy. Whereas this game, none of the ideas were easy.
Yeah, it's just I can't recognize any of this shit right now. I definitely just need to probably play more to see things like that. Would be kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, so let's play.
Alright. Thanks for the gift sub, Harmon. In the bits, Mr. Boss.
Oh right, so you're asking about Deep Blue, right? So Deep Blue, I mean, it was 2 years, and then I think IBM took the computer and they had it doing other tasks, or they dismantled. I don't know exactly what happened, but it wasn't being used for chess after those matches. So I didn't have the chance to play it. Nowadays, with the advancements in technology, the computers don't have to be on some super computer with a ton of hardware. Just basic chess program on like just a regular laptop is better than any human. So I do training with computers, but I don't really play against them because I will lose every single game. For example, like my ranking, give or take around 2,750 or 2,800, is the highest amongst humans, and Magnus Carlsen, world champion, I think his peak was close to 2,900. But the computers, their rankings are around 3,500. So when you think about that, that's like 600 to 700 points better or higher than the best humans. So there's really no point to playing against them. We just use them to study our games, to try to come up with new strategies.
I imagine that's a pretty helpful tool, though, right? Having like genuinely one of the best possible players play against you constantly with that AI, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the hardest part, though, is that, of course, it's AI, so it can't really explain why it's doing the moves it does. So, like, we can try to understand the evaluation function when it says this move.
I just put a Grandmaster in check, by the way.
But in terms of like understanding it, we kind of just have to trust the evaluation function as opposed to say understand. Like, there's no way to understand the function.
Let me take a picture of that. Just one check on the Grandmaster. That's all I needed. Thanks for the Prime, Clancy. He doesn't really get too much.
And actually, so someone in my chat is asking, I'll let you make. So computer programs play against each other, and one thing that's really weird. So when humans play, most of our games go anywhere from say 30 moves up to probably like 70 or 80. So a very interesting long game. But when computer programs play, they play some of these games that go like 200 moves. So literally, they'll play like some opening strategy. The position gets very close. They maneuver their pieces. Then like 30 moves later, they push a pawn. Then another like 30 moves later, they make some exchange of like a knight and a bishop. And computers win these games that are so long and so complex that really for humans, it's one of those things that we can't. I mean, we just can't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. It's just when it comes to AI like that, it's the sky's the limit. Like, it's crazy. I have a big brain plan in mind. Hopefully.
Actually, the best move here is wait. I mean, it doesn't follow any of the rules, so the best move would have been to actually probably push your pawn on the very edge to h4, so you could follow it up with g3, removing the knight from the dark square. But that's extremely advanced, and what I probably would have recommended is just actually to move the queen to e4, just to guard the pawn that way, as opposed to pushing the pawn. But again, that's very, very weird. And that's what makes chess very hard. More often than not, it's a game where you learn all the rules and then you become really good. You learn when to play them. What are the exceptions to what you're doing.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So then the knight's protecting that pawn there from the rook, so I move the queen.
Okay.
Play real chess? Is this not real chess? Duel him in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, my dojo.
But in general, before you get to that point, of course, the main thing you have to do is learn how to learn the rules, and then once you start improving, you start playing better because you understand the basics. That's when you start learning when to break the rules completely and do things that normally don't apply. And that's what separates like the grandmasters and the top players from, say, someone who's like just a master level player, which is 2,200 rating, because that's already very, very good. But they don't really understand the exception when you can break the rules.
Okay, so then a lot of players just get locked into playing like a formula instead of like branching out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So is moving that pawn to the b3 or b4, is that like a good move?
Good.
Okay.
Well, why do you want to move the pawn? What's the idea?
To get the bishop out.
Right, exactly. And you can't move the knight because then you would lose the pawn that you want. So yeah, it's more about the reasoning behind the moves. Like it's not so much about finding the first move, but as long as there's a sound reasoning behind the moves that you're playing, that should be the basis of like trying to come up with a reason for playing the move.
So what would you say is like, I know a lot of these gambits rely on like sacrificing pieces for better positioning. What do you feel about that? Like, do you think it's always like a better idea to stay more defensive or stay aggressive with like exchanging constantly?
Yeah, so one thing that's interesting about chess is since Twitch, are a lot of people who are like, when are there going to be updates to the game of chess? So obviously, the rules of chess have not changed in probably 600 years. Just minor changes. Even the changes back then were very minor. So I think the thing though is that computers, the AIs, they're actually teaching us that a lot of things that we thought were true are not true. Like you can actually do things now where you push pawns on the sides of the board in a way that we never really thought was reasonable before. So the general thought process, still most of the rules apply, but because of the AI, we're learning even at the top levels that there are things that are changing constantly.
Have you gotten the chance to play against Deep Blue, I think it's called? And Bishop for this.
Okay, sure. So Deep Blue, that's a weird story, because basically Deep Blue, they programmed the machine to play against Garry Kasparov, the world champion, and it played a match, I believe it was 96 and 97, or 96 and 98, for 2 matches, and it won the second one, against Kasparov. Actually, be careful here. Can you come with a move?
I do, Rook. Would it have been better to move Queen? Oh.
It would have been much better, yeah.
Oh, shit. I see.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Wow.
So this is another thing also why you don't want to open up the piece of rational king, because for example, if we reached the position the pawn was back 2 squares, I think you would have seen the checkmate idea. You would have seen that there was something being attacked, but because the pawn was already advanced, you didn't see the idea.
I didn't see that at all. Yeah, well, I can definitely see why you'd like to at least keep pawns back there now. That didn't even register with me, that shit being wide open. Wow.
Right. Alright, so you want to play a couple games of Blitz?
Yeah, man, I'm up for it.
Sure, okay.
I think I've tanked your unrated MMR here enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't actually affect it because it stays the same, but yeah, that's... Still, though, in general, though, you're understanding the basis. I think it's just, like, realizing how to develop the pieces.
Thanks for the research.
Very critical, because the position that we got in this game was very hard to play, because development moves that weren't natural. And I think when you're relatively new to the game of chess, you want to play moves that make sense, are very, very straightforward, and very easy to understand. The ideas are very easy, whereas this game, none of the ideas were...
Yeah, it's just, I can't recognize any of this shit right now. I definitely just need to probably play more to see things like that, would be kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, so let's play.
Thanks for the gift, Seb Harmon. And the bits, Mr. Boss.
Alright, so you're asking about Deep Blue, right? So with Deep Blue, it was 2 years, and then I think IBM took the computer, they had it doing other tasks, or they dismantled it, or exactly what happened, but it wasn't being used for chess after those matches. So I didn't have the chance to play it. Nowadays, with the advancements in technology, the computers don't have to be on some super computer with a ton of hardware. Just basic program on like just a regular laptop is better than any human. So I do training with computers, but I don't really play against them because I will lose every single game. For example, like my ranking, give or take around 2,750 or 2,800, is the highest amongst humans. And Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, I think his peak was close to 2,900. But the computers, their rankings are around 3,500. So when you think about that, that's like 600 to 700 points better or higher than the best humans. So there's really no point to playing against them. We just use them to study our games and to try to come up with new strategies.
I imagine that's a pretty helpful tool, though, right? Having like genuinely one of the best possible players play against you constantly with that AI. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the hardest part though is that, of course, it's AI, so it can't really explain why it's doing the moves that it does. So, like, we can try to understand the evaluation function of when it says this move is
I just
really
put a
good or that
grandmaster
move
in
is
check, by
better.
the way.
But in terms of like understanding it, we can't. We kind of just have to trust the evaluation function as opposed to say understand. Like, there's no way to understand some of the moves fundamentally.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. Just one check on the grandmaster. That's all I needed. Thanks for the Prime, Clancy. It doesn't really get too much.
And actually,
since
someone in my chat is asking, I'll let you make a move. So computer programs play against each other, and one thing that's really weird is, so when humans play, most of our games go anywhere from say 30 moves up to probably like 70 or 80 if we have a very interesting long game. But when computer programs play, they play some of these games that go like 200 moves. So it's like literally they'll play like some opening strategy. The position gets very close, and they maneuver their pieces. Then like 30 moves later, they push a pawn. Then another like 30 moves later, they make some exchange of like a knight and a bishop. And computers win these games that are so long and so complex that really,
congratulations!
For humans, it's one of those things
You've successfully graduated from the Isle of Grom and are ready to hit the streets of San.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
With
it's just
rails
when
and
it comes to
ledges
AI like that, there's just
stairs galore.
The sky's the limit. Like,
and
it's
the
crazy.
gnarliest transition terrain.
Sandban's
Faded Skate Glory is roaring back with the help of the city's new Resident Incentive Program, or RIP for short.
You saw
As
the
a new
cheese
resident, you've been issued your very own RIP card. All access pass to everything that the city has on offer. From
even my dumb fucking
Sandban
cheeses
City
won't work.
Councilors to exclusive rewards.
What is that one called though when you do it
most
with the
out of your
bishop
life
on
in the
like
city?
move forward?
The Resident Incentive Program has something for everyone.
Scholars Mate, that's what I know.
The full pull tour continues at Blue Light Beach.
Yeah,
so
that
get out
shit
there
was
and
deadly
rip.
on Spark Chess. I tell you, those children had never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that's one of the basic strategies that I think most kids when they start playing the game, like you should learn that.
Thanks to the resub, Alitaria and Big Dope. Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh, God, I'm getting blasted. Oh, shit. Well, this has gone south really quickly. I lose bishop.
Yeah,
This became a disaster in a hurry.
Yeah, basically you missed the moves under attack. It's really bad.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of recovery I can do from this position. I see.
Yeah, already.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm falling apart, Hikaru. See, this is another great thing about being a Grandmaster. It's just that spiritual pressure makes me just crumble.
You know, it's interesting actually at the top levels of chess, like when super elite players play against each other, the psychology actually plays a very big role in our individual matches. Because when you think about it, everyone is basically matched up the same. We all know a lot of the same opening strategies. So psychology actually plays a very big role in the top players competing, because we're essentially at the same level.
I wonder if there's a recovery to be made here. No, probably not.
Alright, let's do one more.
Yeah. Let's not forget though, I did put you in check once, and that's probably the crowning achievement of my entire chess career. That's all I needed.
Good. I'll make sure you don't get anything.
You can't stop me. I'm an uncaged animal now. I've smelt blood in the water. All I need is one meaningless check. that makes sense. Fair enough, yeah. I can't cancel. Damn. This is already looking pretty fucking disastrous. Why did I do that? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I see it now. I'm falling apart. Thanks to the resub face, yes. I'm almost... Jesus, I'm just running out of time. Good lord. What is this? I'll take it. I survived.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you a chance.
Thank God. Yeah. It would have been checkmate in one move, right, if you moved it into the H8, or was there a way out of that?
No, I couldn't actually. What you found was a very good defense. Bringing the knight back was a very good defense against the checkmate idea. You actually stopped the checkmate. It was very good.
Yeah, see, there's signs of life in here yet. Oh, I'm in check. Oh, I just... Wait, why can't I take that? Oh, I put my... Wait, what? No, I put myself in check. Thanks to the resub, Grief Guy and the fat tier $2. Good lord. Good lord. Fuck! Jesus!
So you saw what was happening, right? There was a checkmate coming.
Yeah.
If you block the bishop, I take the bishop, and then I make the checkmate with the bishop and the rook down the board.
Yeah, I did see that, but the craziest thing to me is how you're able to make any of these moves and still have all these moves and still have fucking 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. It feels like time moves so differently when you play chess with like a 3-minute time limit. Like every move feels so labored. It's incredible,
Right,
man.
So I think I sent you an invite to the board. Do you see it?
Where does that go?
Should be at the bottom. You should see just like at the bottom of the right-hand side. You should see Hikaru has invited you to. No, you should see it. It's at the bottom with the. You see me?
Yeah, I gotcha. I just joined it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Right. So this just means we can look at the game briefly. All right. So actually, in terms of the moves that I played at the end, you didn't see it, but basically I made pre-moves there. So like the last like 6 moves that I made there were I just had pre-moved it. And I was off drinking water while you were thinking.
All right.
So to look at the game briefly, like I was trying to avoid the checks. What you did up to move 6 was very good. So you developed the knights, right? And you developed your bishop. So this is exactly what you want to do at the start of the game. But what I said before was that you want to get your king out of the middle of the board. So you should have castled the king, and let's say I castle here. And do you remember what I said about these 3 pawns in front of your king?
Yeah, to move the like far one just to create that little opening so you don't get the back row checkmate or whatever.
Right. So very specifically, you don't want to push this pawn that's in front of your king. Like you don't want to push it up 1 square or 2 squares. So because of that, like what you did here, pushing this pawn, creates this big weakness, and also the other thing is when you push this pawn here, normally when you create this formation with the pawns like this, with these 3 pawns, it's kind of like, I don't know what you call it, but you create these 3 pawns here like this, you almost always want to fianchetto shadow your bishop. So like a logical, let me just play a couple of random moves so you see the point. What you want if you make this structure is you always want to have a bishop sort of protect behind here, where the bishop and the pawns just function very well as a unit.
Okay, but that'd be like suboptimal, right? To even have the pawns in that formation wouldn't be good, but if I do
well,
fuck
at this
up...
point it would be. Like I'll give you another example. So let's say we play this game and you you play it this way. Actually, let me play a more normal move. You can create this formation right out of the gate and put the bishop here right away, and it's completely reasonable. But when you decide to push this pawn in front of your king, you almost always want to keep the bishop on this diagonal here.
Okay.
So when we get to this move 6, now that you've developed the bishop, you never want to push this pawn because your bishop can't go behind it. So in terms of pawn formation, the only time you want to create these pawns on these light squares is if you can put a bishop on that dark square around it.
And a bishop's the only one that'd work in that position there.
Right, and because you've moved the bishop here, you see it's going to take you time to bring it back, and you've already developed the bishop, so you don't want to bring it back. So what you should have done is you should have castled, and then if we castle, again, you don't want to ever push this one, you only want to push this pawn, potentially. You want to keep this sort of structure, unless you have a bishop that can go to this dark square. When you get these 3 pawns, almost always look to push the one on the side of the board to create this space for your king long-term down the road.
Okay, I get you, that makes sense then. So really the only time you want to move that pawn there to create that like little diagonal...
You can make moves, by the way, on the board as well if you want to show me.
So the only time... How do I do that?
Just hit the back arrow, just because now it's black's move, so
I get you.
Matter.
So the only time I want to create this is like early when I can put my bishop in there in like 1 move instead of 2.
Exactly, yeah. And also, like I was saying, like in this position, if you look at the bishop, it's very nicely placed. Like it's keeping an eye on this pawn down the diagonal, also an eye down the other diagonal as well towards this other side of the board.
What do you mean move?
So your bishop is very well placed here, so you don't really want to remove it.
I'll do it in just a sec.
Okay. So you played g6. So actually the problem is I played e4, and as you'll see, the issue with the pawns here is that now you have no bishop that gets behind to this square. Which means by pushing this pawn in the center, I've now activated my bishop, and I'm going to try to attack on these squares because you have no bishop on the dark square here.
Alright. So this is where it really just kind of all went south for me. And then just the recognizing of what moves you're making. Right. I think that's where I'm really falling apart. Because I can't really tell when you're setting something up or when you're like threatening something, you know what I mean? Whether you're going for like a piece or you're like a longer term play.
Right, so yeah, I mean, I that's what I would say is like normally you don't want to push this pawn because when you push the pawn,
fine, the cropping is fine.
Without a bishop behind it, it's not very good.
It's 57 nobles.
So anyway, you castled here, and now I went bishop to g5, and you'll see again the problem is these dark squares around your king. Now, if for example you had a bishop in front of your king, it would guard this knight very nicely.
Yeah, then I could free up the queen.
Right, exactly. So because you don't have that, here you still would have been okay. Do you remember what I told you what this term is called?
Pinning, right?
Pinning, right. So if you move the knight to capture my knight, then I would capture your queen. And of course, the queen is worth 9 points, and bishop and knight are worth 3. So it's a very good trade. But you still could have saved this knight if you had moved the bishop back. Because now, what happens is you break the pin. So you're trying to capture the knight. Let's say I just make a move. And you'll notice here, I don't capture the queen. I only capture your bishop.
Right, okay.
So you break the pin on your queen, but you also guard the knight as well. So you take, I take, you take. It's an even trade. We're both taking 1 knight and 1 bishop here. So this would have been the best. So you play queen here, I took. And now again, this is the other problem. If you look at these pawns here on these light squares.
Yeah, I can't really do anything against your bishop there. Can't defend anything.
Right, the bishop controls all these squares, and I'm going to bring my queen in and checkmate. So that's why, again, the structure, when you put this pawn formation like this, unless you have a bishop on the dark square around the pawn, always is a big problem. So you go here, I went here, down knight f5, good move. Again, stopping the checkmate between the bishop. But I played this move, I went here. What is the threat for white in this position?
So it would be on the bishop or the knight, right?
So you know what a fork? I assume you know what a fork is.
Not. I guess not. No.
A fork is when you attack two pieces at the same time. So let's say you push a pawn up here. I move my knight here, and I attack your king. So your king is attached to your king.
And I either lose the
But
queen.
right, so when you move the king, then I capture your queen. So fork is when you attack two pieces at the same time. And actually, I'll give you an example which is not a check. But like, for example, in this position, I'm rook, but I can still go here. And I attack your queen, I attack your rook. So no matter which one you move, you're going to lose a rook or a queen for a knight, which is good for me.
Okay, I get you. All right, then. Yeah.
So you played queen a4, I went check, and now I played h4. And the idea here is I would like to checkmate your king by using my rook and my knight. So let's just say you play some random moves so you see the pattern. If this occurs on the board, this is actually checkmate, because the knight guards the rook and the knight covers the square, so the king can't go anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And then, yeah, so basically you took the pawn, I took this, and as you'll see, the king is pinned, right? So you can't capture the knight, because your king would be in check.
Right. So let me ask you a question. How long does it take for you to recognize that checkmate right there is a possibility? Because it seemed like you set it up pretty quickly, like almost the second I made a move. Because you still had 2:27 on the clock, and you were like casually drinking water and everything. So on average, how long?
Well, because
I've
I've played chess my whole life, I mean, literally in like the 1 to 2 seconds, I see the patterns. Which is why if you watch any of my streams where I've done this puzzle rush, where I do the puzzles, you'll see me do the first 25 or 30 puzzles literally in a split second, because the patterns are just so familiar to me, because I've done it for I've practiced for so many years, and just the repetition of doing the puzzles, you just see the general patterns right away. So I think, what I would say is that, I would say if you do puzzles very consistently for even like 1 month or 2 months, you will see the patterns. Whether you can execute them in the game is a different matter, because like that requires like a real general awareness. But if you do the puzzles, you will start seeing more and more of these patterns, and you will recognize them when you're playing. Like this idea back here, this idea where I try to checkmate you on this square or down the diagonal. This is a very common theme in puzzles, and you will start to recognize it when you do enough of them.
And how many like different counters are there to it? Because I stopped the checkmate with the knight. Was there another way I could have gotten out of that checkmate possibility, or was that just about it?
Actually, let me think. I think that was no. There was actually one other way to avoid it, which was you could move the rook here. So now when I move my queen up to go for the checkmate, you bring the bishop back and you attack the queen, but you cover the square.
Okay.
So this was the other way that you could have stopped it. But in general, yeah, I think the main thing is like having a basic opening setup, remembering to develop your pieces.
I'll fix the cam in a minute.
As I said, in this game, you got 1, 2, 3 pieces out. So you want to get the king out of the center, and you also want to get the bishop off the original square. If you can get your bishops and knights off their original squares and your king out of the center in the first 12 moves, that is a very good starting point for just getting into the game.
All right. I feel like this has really helped open my third eye. I feel like
I think if you're relatively new, every little bit of information you get, it's like there's going to be a wow factor, because your brain just you haven't looked at a lot of chess, so it's certainly, I think you'll definitely be thinking about it, and it'll help you. It'll help you going forward.
Perfect, man. Well, I really appreciate it. God damn.
Great, no problem. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. That was a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope that I'm sure we'll do more training before the Twitch Rivals, but I hope that you learned something, and I'll be helping you well for that.
Hey man, well I really appreciate it. This was very insightful, and you're a great guy, man. Keep up the great fucking streams. Fucking love them, man.
Thanks.
Also,
appreciate it, and you too as well.
To anyone watching that watches Hikaru and like is impressed, it's fucking nothing compared to actually getting your cheeks spread by this guy. This felt like on a whole nother level. Like watching Hikaru, like I'll see some moves, but then when you play him, it's like that's not a possibility. You just suffocate. You are nuts at this game, man. Holy shit.
I've spent a lot of time on it, so I do appreciate this. So thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out whenever, and I hope you have a great rest of your stream.
Absolutely, and you too. And yeah, I'll see you for Twitch Rivals.
See you soon, man. Take it easy.
See you. Bye.
Alright, team, I'm going to take a piss and then I'll play a couple matches and see if I've improved at all. But I have to piss like an absolute motherfucker, so I'll be back in just a second. And thanks. I don't think I look like Jesus. I'd say more like Dave Grohl, but I'll be back in a sec. Water. I'll fill this up as well. Back. Can I switch which side of the screen this is on so that way I can hide my bad cropping job? Setting division? No, that wouldn't do anything with it. Crop the screen itself. Yeah, I could do that. I'm just kind of move this over a little bit. That might be the optimal way. I do not look like Andrew WK. I look more like Dave Grohl. Andrew WK is like much beefier than I am. Alright, let's see if I've gotten any better. How did this happen? Am I forever locked in here in my shame? Why is this happening? I see. Why is this happening? Oh no, there we go. Fuck. Now we're in it. Thanks to the resub seed. Alright. Same strat. I will master this. I will take home the 10K. I'm just gonna play threatening positions. I have no big schemes in mind yet, but I'm gonna play some scary positions. Isn't it 50K? First place is 10K all to themselves. literally gonna do exactly what he said. I'm gonna free up every bishop. Ruining my fucking strats. I'm gonna free up every... Oh, I'm gonna take a pawn. That's God damn it. Oh. Well, it is what it is. I feel I'm too focused on employing exactly what he said, but it'll be fine. We're still fine. I'm not too concerned yet. It's all part of my strategy. And not really learning though. I'm very rarely ever tired, to be honest. I'm about to go nuts. I'm telling you right now, I'm about to pop off. I've got this guy exactly where I want him. Goodbye, rook. He's not gonna take my fucking rook. He's not gonna trade his bishop. He doesn't have the fucking balls. He's a coward. Well. Go for that. What I wanted to do was get the bishop up there and scare him a little bit, but I see that's no longer a possibility. You can't really do too much else from there, right? Thanks for the tier 1 burning soap and the prime rocker. I don't think he'll trade knights. He doesn't have it in him. I guess he won't. Now I have 2 pawns on top of each other, something that I was told should never be the case. Now I'm in a tricky spot. Fuck! Shame. I'll be fucking fine. I'm still in the optimal position here. I've not yet even begun to fight. I wonder. Can you go for this? Attack the queen. Fine. I'm in a good spot now, though. I hope he moves it here so I can freely take the pawn. Really just any of these. Oh, okay. Man! What an asshole. I'll think. Too much from that position. I still can't take that pawn. Why would I take that? Then he just takes that back and I have nothing to take his queen with. He comes out on top. Why? That's a... I don't think... Whatever, I'm running out of time anyway. I'll take the pawn, though, from this. Free check. Take that. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, let me just put him in check one more time. So is he, though. What? Jesus. The time limit's scaring me. Why would I? Oh, I could have taken Bishop, huh? I panicked. This fucking 3 minutes, man. It's tough. I've seen many a min fold because of that. Just hold on, though. Hold on. I'll be fine. I just need to adapt to playing fast. That's all I need. Actually, the reset landed. I wonder if this amateur would fall for the scholar's checkmate. What do you think the odds are that this guy immediately gets checkmated by this? Oh, now it's 100%. Right? Yeah, this is gonna be checkmate. And then he can't. Well, he can block it. But we'll see. Take it. Take my knight. This is checkmate, right? Yeah, right? Yeah. Fuck yourself. The scholar's checkmate. We just talked about that. You goddamn idiot. Look, you see how casual that is? I threw out the knight for some bait. Oh, too easy. You know what? I will just win the entire chess tournament. 2-0 on a 2-game win streak now. I'm gonna try that. I'm just gonna try that entire. I'm gonna try that every single time. That's gonna be my entire game right now. I wonder how many people will fall for it. Probably not as many as I hoped, to be honest. Oh, also, I fucked up from this position to go for it. I just noticed. I'm not playing white. That's what it is. No, I can still do it. Maybe. We'll see. I'll show it the whole way. A3 is a power move. Oh, he's on to me. He's already on to me. I wonder though. Will he move it up one more? Well, he could just take with the queen. Oh, I just did exactly. If I can get a checkmate off of it, it'll be fine. I can't believe it. Well, here was my idea. What I was hoping for is I'd put the knight here, and he'd move this up. He can take the pawn. And he'd move that up. This pawn. And then I could slide in and deal with the exact same thing. But clearly that wasn't going to happen. Well, now I'm just in a shit position. He hasn't moved this. Queen, I'm just trying to figure out where. Calm down. I don't really see anywhere where I can, like, get a good pin or anything. I can't really go for the cheese because pawns. But I need to free the queen. I need to get my knight out of center. The fundamentals. My f6, I don't get anything on that. Whereas here, this is not just a free piece. Actually, I can do the cheese now. Oh, maybe. Well, I can potentially do it. I need to move queen here, and then push that up and it's over. I shouldn't have taken that. But he can't move his queen, he's not going to go for that because I'd take. I think I can still get it. The only thing that stops me right now is if he puts something on that. Or if he moves this up. He's in danger. Just don't do it. Don't take this. Don't put me in check. Just let me win on this next one. Just let it be over. He doesn't see it. Oh, he doesn't see it. This rookie. He's not gonna castle. He doesn't know how. He's never seen a castle before. You motherfucker. You sick freak. You kiss your mother with that ass, huh? What a sack of shit. I hate him. Damn it! Oh. Let me see. No, I thought I could cook up a checkmate, but I need my bishop for that. So, watch this. That's fine. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not really fine. God, he's going for it now. What's the best way of defending this? Pawn? No. Alright. Well, kind of fucks me. I'm falling apart. Queen F3. Yes. Yeah, that's really... What? How's that checkmate? Oh! I see! I see! Ah! Just what I had in mind. Right, yes. All part of my advanced calculations. Thanks to the reset wizard. That was actually just me on an alternate account spamming Queen F3. To make it look like backseat gaming had worked for once. I fooled you all yet again. I truly am just a tactical fucking genius. Thanks to Prime, Dominic. So this time around, I don't think I'm going to just show what I'm going for. I think it's a Latvian gambit. Is that what you're trying on me? Thanks to Reset Mikado and the Prime Womp. Honestly, kind of want to... I really know where I can put this that doesn't interrupt my cheese. That's what it is, though. Thanks to Prime Flappy. Queen check. Couldn't checkmate off that, could I, if I moved it here? Because he could have just taken this, or would he just, no. That would have been checkmate. Alright. It's too low now, though. Yeah, G6. Ah, yeah. I see what you're saying. It's fine. I'm not concerned. I'll let him take that. Expected to use the queen for it. This man is coming out with big strats. Get the fuck out of here. What? Okay. You can have it. Cool. Easy. Now I'm coming in. Let's get this shit out. I'll get my last knight out. Something up as well, eh? Cooking up something kind of rank. What's the plan? Put him in check. You're up a queen, so just don't blunder. That's the goal. We'll see how it pans out. Didn't see that. But, I mean, I don't know why I'd do that. It's just a free piece. Yeah, this man is falling apart real hard. Can't say I haven't been there, though. But at least my falling apart was against a Grandmaster, not Turbo Fisto. Would this be a fork, right? Pawn or knight, I get something out of it. No, I don't. Whatever, you can take it. Move my queen up. I'm coming aggressive. Why would he do that? He was now I'm in a good position once I take this. He's got nothing to protect it, right? This guy's truly falling apart. If he moves one of his rooks, I'm gonna be so happy. Now, I meant up, but I guess I can come in here. He can't come in anywhere, right? He's almost out of time too, so I win. It's over. Good match. 4-win streak. I'm coming. I'm ready for the major. Yeah, I did receive coaching from a Grandmaster, so perhaps I do have a bit of an advantage over most of these players at the moment. But I'm starting to recognize. We're getting there. He didn't do anything to stop this. I think as well. Yeah, nothing protecting it. I still just want to keep going for my Scholar's checkmate, to be honest. And you can stay there, I don't care. You don't really get too much else out of that. I wonder if he'll see it. You keep beating the same dude's ass? No, it's always different dudes and different asses that I'm beating. Is this the same guy from the last one? Well, this guy blew some stinky cheeks, so I'll take that. Come on, man. Honestly, yeah, you know what? Check this out. I'm gonna go for it. I don't think he'll see it. I'll let him take the knight. Well, to see it. Oh, wait. Whatever. I'm not too concerned. That was a dumb idea. Well. It's all about learning. I could have taken the pawn. I can still get back in there. I still think this will work. I think I'll still get him with the same thing. If it is the same guy from last time. I see it now. Take that. Please take that. Very interesting. Look at this guy. I wonder if he'll make a trade. Here. He's really feeling himself. Well, no, he wouldn't go there. I guess I'm just gonna take his knight. I mean, he's not gonna do anything about it. I mean, he's literally not looking for it. Now he can't do what he wanted. He did fuck up the checkmate that I was gonna go for, though. I was going to just take that pawn, slide him in, or take that pawn, and then slide my queen in, and I would have won. So he did kind of fuck me. Thanks to the prime flipper. Take the queen. Well, I mean, ideally, yeah. I just now freed up my rook. It's his turn. So he's just gonna take my rook. Would be my guess. I mean, if he even sees it. I don't think he sees it. I mean, he's gonna run out of time. I win no matter what. He's literally just killing himself all the time. I'm just gonna play slow. Okay. Alright. Game's still over. Let it in. Go down with some dignity. Here, I'll let him take my queen though. No time. Eventually give Seb a lead. 5 in a row, baby. Oh, I'm pressing rematch. I see. I thought rematch was on the left. Why does this guy keep it? Oh, are we in? I didn't know he accepted. Why does he keep accepting? I mean, I'll just keep farming off him, I guess. Yeah, I totally fucking forgot. I'm just gonna keep doing the exact same opening. No difference. Actually, I'll switch it up just for this guy. I'll give him a little different flavor. I'd like to get him to move this up so I can just win, but I don't think he's going to. Almost fucked up. Wow! Yeah, peel the cheese off if I play this correctly. He'll take there, I'll take there. I'll take here, I'll move here, squeak in there, and be game. I feel like that's how this is gonna go down. I played this guy enough times to really get in his head. He did not do it the way I thought he would, but I'll still play it the exact same way. Should've just taken that. Still got nothing defending. Oh, wait. This will be game. Once I take this. Do I want to take this now, though? Actually, I'll move. I need to move my knight. Fuck. Just noticed. I'm gonna leave that pawn there, because I think he's gonna forget about it. I'm not gonna take the pawn. Well, I could. Yeah. Well, I was just gonna go this way, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter. Like, if I go this way, I put him in check, so he's gonna have to move the king. And then I just need to take the pawn and then move him in. It doesn't matter which one. Which one's quicker. Probably this way. This way probably is quicker. Right? Then I'll take here. And I'll move over to F7. This is gonna be faster. Does he see it, I wonder? He's becoming a master. The maniac is doing it! Oh, wait, no. I didn't see I was in check. I can't castle, can I? When you're in check, you can't castle, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Yeah, you can't castle in check. That's it. I thought not. If he moves that queen on any dark square. What the fuck is he doing? Do you really want to, like, trade? I mean, I did lose that. I would not be commanded on top of that. Better position here. Jesus, I'm really running out of time. D3? He takes with my knight on D3. This guy's becoming a god. Man. Sack of shit. I really fucked up. I'm actually gonna lose to this guy. I mean, I'm either gonna take the knight or the queen. Okay, take the knight too. Oh, I just lost my queen. I'm gonna win on time anyway. I'll take the knight. Made me work for it. The game's still over. Oh wait. Oh my god. He could have done something there. He could have had something going. Six in a row. I'm gonna give him yes, he was a good sport. Did I just challenge him to a rematch by saying good sport? I want to get to the next game. Nice. Nice. Wait, I won a game without losing any pieces? Was that the... Oh, yeah, that was the game that I did with that Scholars checkmate. Thanks for the bits, Professor. faster. Let's see if I can bait a little something out here. There's a lot of pressure. There's the resub frantic. This guy's coming in hot. This guy's coming in real hot. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I have nowhere to go where I'm safe, huh? Damn. Damn, this guy had a full-on assault of my queen. Well, is there where I come out on top? No, this is where at least just whatever. E3. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Fuck! I didn't see it. I'll be fine. I'll make it work. I just don't analyze enough, man. The clock's the clock's always on my mind. There's a queen behind it. Fuck is this? That's not enough. Not much choice here. Can't really go anywhere on this night to save myself. That's a real fucking shame. Oh shit. Let me try here. I'm so low on time. This guy's still got fucking 2 minutes and 20 seconds. He's smurfing. Now I'm starting to panic. Well, I'm pinned, as they say. What do you mean use castle? Use castle to what? He's still just gonna take my bishop. I can't castle, I've already moved my knight. Or my king. I'm running out of time. Sorry. Kinda fucked up, man. Still gonna lose though. Wait. If he moves that knight, I can win. I hope he doesn't see it. He's been trapped. I ran out of time. If he moved that knight, I just needed to move there and it was game. I'm coming back. I didn't have the checkmate. If I moved there, he takes with the knight. It wasn't checkmate. You have to move the knight. That was the only way. Oh yeah, I just fucking... I'm fine with a rematch on this guy. At least this one was competitive. It is what it is, I guess. Thanks to the reset palm tree. No, I can't cancel. Fuck! This guy's all over me. I can't get too much out of that. Thanks to the prime creeper. What do you mean you can castle? Oh, what? Oh, I guess you're right. Didn't know that. I thought you couldn't castle after you got put in check. Or is it you just can't castle on check? Trade queens. Oh, he just fucked up. I just noticed. That was a free knight. God damn it. Son of a bitch. This is what having the fight fast does to me. I'll trade. And you'll lose your knight. Thanks to the reset bug. I'm not playing 10 minutes. And no, I'm definitely not disappointing any kids right now. I'm getting slapped. Thanks to the reset, Isaac. What's the only thing check? What is the strategy he's doing? What am I missing? What is he doing? He's just throwing pieces away. Like, he can't even get here because I still have my queen on the same fucking tile. What is this guy doing? Well, now I can't take that, so that worked. You can't take that. You're protecting the queen. I mean, this... You know, fuck it. Take it. I'll trade that. I'm well in the lead. Thanks to the reset, Bacon. And now I'm just gonna go through here. I'm not taking the rook. I'm just gonna rampage on his pawns. Obviously, I'm not taking the rook. Still didn't protect this guy now, did it? Like you don't get anything out of that. What? Damn, this guy really wants it. Here, you know what? We'll trade. I'm fine with that. Thanks to the reset hazard. He doesn't want to trade, huh? Coward, eh? I'm gonna make you stay back there. He's gonna run out of time. You fucked up. Couldn't protect it. What is he going for, man? You want this pawn? Like, you still can't even get it. You still can't get shit out of this. This poor guy. Actually, I can checkmate. Whatever. take it. I got revenge. 6 and 1. Thanks to the Prime, Franco. Yeah. I mean, all I needed to do next was just take that pawn, and it was over. It would have been checkmate. No, it wouldn't. He still had that square. It wouldn't have been checkmate, but it would have been damn close. Get someone else. Thanks to the Prime. Oh, I'm 7 and 1. I thought I was 6 and 1. We're climbing a little bit. I'm just gonna keep playing the exact same opening until I can start to really get a feel for it. I've actually been trained by Hikaru. Our training session just ended a moment ago. Put that in some check. Just fuck you. Check this out. He's not gonna see it. This guy's so fucked and he doesn't even know it yet. Oh. That's fine. Can I still pull this off if I do it right? No. No, I can't. My tunnel vision's so hard on that. There's no way to pull that off. But I can at least still get... Nope. Nice. Damn! I can't do anything that I had in my head. I can still take his... No, nothing out of this. This is just, all kinds of fucking up. Maybe he'll move his queen? No. I'm just gonna stay super aggressive. Oh wait, he's not protecting this anymore. This is a free move. Right? That was mate. How was that checkmate? What do I need to do for that to be checkmate? You had lethal? What? How was that? How would I have had checkmate? That was not checkmate. I don't see how it could have been. This is protecting my queen, but... I don't see how it would have been checkmate. I'm just getting this for free. Man, I'm doing... Oh, I would have just taken his bishop. Fuck! Oh. It is what it is. Okay. Let's see if he panics if I do this. I'm hoping he'll move the... Well... God. We live and we learn. This is so sad. Oh, he didn't even take. What is he doing? This man's falling apart. I was just making these moves because I'm running out of time. This guy's falling apart. To be fair, that's not like I'm doing significantly better either. He quit. Thanks for resub, Alexandra. 8 and 1. Didn't earn that at all. What the fuck happened to this guy? Guy fucking fell asleep at his keyboard and passed out. Okay. Next victim. My score sounds so much better than it is. Like, these wins have been so fucking bad. But, hey man, I'll take it. Okay. Pretty aggressive. This guy's really in it. This guy's really feeling it. This one has just been full throttle. Didn't think he'd take with the queen. That was big. Man, this guy is everywhere. I'm gonna put his ass in check here. I'm not. Hold on, I already have a plan. Give me a check. Oh, piece of shit. I'm losing clean. Looks like I'm not. Damn. This guy's kind of popping off. This guy's really kind of popping off. Let me get a check going here. Because they need something. They need to develop something. You can't take that. Jesus. This guy's a fucking maniac. That's rude. I got steamrolled by this guy. Off one blunder. Okay. Well, that guy just kind of fucked up. Alright, we're back in it, just like that. Now I just need to play for time. I don't think he's gonna win. Okay, that's free. This guy is truly falling apart. Free. 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 You can't take this. I don't know what the fuck, you can't take this either. You can take that, yeah. He actually pinched me with that shit. Get out of here. What? Oh. I got wrapped up in the hype. you can take that. Oh yeah, I can. This is checkmate. One move. Checkmate. That's not checkmate? What's his move? Oh my god. Ran out of time. What a comeback, though. I would have won that had I not run out. I know, Johnny. What do you mean pre-move? I didn't fucking choke. I ran out of time. There was nothing else that could have been done. That was the only option. Enable pre-move. Oh, it's a skill. Here. I don't know. What does it do? I'm not playing 10 minutes. I'm staying at this high octane level. What does pre-move do? You can drag pieces before your turn. That's fucking huge. What? Ugh. Falling apart already. I have nothing defending this. This guy. This poor guy. Actually, don't do that. How do I not? There, thank God. I didn't even see that. What is happening? Wait, what is happening? Why are moves happening without me making them? I didn't, what happened? Well, okay. That really fucked me. That really fucked me. Okay. Well, that was good. Well, see if I can come back from this. I wasn't even fucking moving. I don't know why that was happening. But at least I didn't think I was. There's the reset as you call it, and the gift set with danger. There's the reset for KO. Left click to cancel pre-move. That would have been super useful information, yeah. I would have stopped that. Travesty.